Hello, I'm the Anime Viewer 66, and welcome to another Halloween review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the famous and infamous series High School of the Dead. Oh boy, is there a lot to talk about this one. Okay, basically, this is given the most credit for being the only quote-unquote zombie anime so far. You might argue that Attack on Titan is sort of a zombie anime if you want to call the Titans zombies, but that's an argument for another day. For now, we're just going to go with this as the only technically zombie apocalyptic anime out there. And so you would think, okay, then it must have a lot of fans, because there's a lot of fans of the zombie apocalypse, and you're right, there is a lot of fans for this series, because in every other medium, like books, movies, TV show, whatever it is, there is a lot of zombies in it. Even children's cartoons have zombies in them, and yet anime has a surprising lack of them besides for this series. So, why would this series turn away from anyone if it is so unique within the anime world? One very simple problem. It has a lot of fan service. And I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way right now. My feeling about the fan service in this series: it has its moments of being overbearing, but it also had its moments of being okay. I try not to complain about fan service too much in any series because, well, it's there for an obvious reason. You know, that sort of stuff sells. It's fine, and I'm not above it. I like a certain amount of fan service as well. The only problem I have with fan service within this particular series is that sometimes they go a bit overboard on what scenes they allow fan service in and what they don't. For instance, near the beginning, there is an instant where basically these two girls are running away from the zombies. Okay, typical there. But when they finally get attacked, there's this one scene, which I'm not going to say most that have seen it know what it is, where when the girls get attacked, it just is in bad taste. I'm sorry, but it's in bad taste. Even for an anime like this, it's in bad taste. There's a couple more like that. It really depends how much gore plus fan service you can take in one sitting, especially when those things are combined in very, very messed up ways on occasion. So yeah, it's really up to the individual whether they think they can handle that or not. Now, some of you may be saying, okay, that's all well and good, but what is the actual plot of this story? What happens? How does all this go down? To which I reply, it's a zombie apocalypse movie. It's the same as every single zombie apocalypse movie, just add fan service. That's about it. People get bit, they get turned into zombies, zombies take over and destroy everything. It's a simple premise. And of course you have your ragtag group of heroes who go in that are the most unlikely of friends in like society, but the minute the zombie apocalypse happens, all bets are off and they have to team up to sort of just survive. However, the thing that sort of catches it, because it is Japan and it is an anime, they have to start out in a high school, because I think it's like a law somewhere that all animes at some point have to have a high school involved. Of course, all the characters have names, but I prefer to just call them by their stereotype. You have the leader, the leader's main love interest, the samurai girl, because it's a zombie apocalypse anime, they're gonna have a samurai girl in there somehow. You have the dude who trained all of his life to be very good at guns, and even though he was an outcast in society, now that the zombie apocalypse is going down, he is like an invaluable resource. You have the girl that is a little bit mean at the beginning, but as time goes on she gets better. And you have the nurse, quote unquote, that is supposedly there for medical help, but is more or less just there because, well, fan service. Seriously, a lot of fan service out of that character. Also, later on, they add a little girl who they save from the zombies after her father is killed. I don't really know why they added her into the group. It just seems like a waste, just more people to protect or whatever. She doesn't really get to, I mean, she gets to do some things like help in certain ways, but really, they could have not added her and it would have changed nothing. I don't really know why they added her. I don't know, food for thought, I suppose. Okay, so with all of this said, is this a good show? Maybe, depending on your taste and depending on how much of various different stereotypes you can take in at one time. I will say this of it, however. The animation, when they're trying, is truly good. The bloody gore actually works, and the fan service works when they don't combine the blood and gore too much. When they keep them separate, they work the best. Also, I like how with the blood and gore, you also had it's really cool. They had like these cherry blossom trees, and the cherry blossoms, like these beautiful ones, were just sort of in contrast, but in contrast in a good way, to the blood and gore that was going on. There's also, I will say, some character development, quote unquote, but really these are just cardboard cutouts. You don't really need much character for them, but there is at least some there. And so at the end of the day, I give this series 3.5 stars out of 5. I'm the Anime Viewer 66. Happy Halloween, my children of the night.